Full access. Your tour pass on the 2007 American Speed Association Quick Trip Midwest Tour, presented by Echo, is brought to you by Quick Trip Stores, by Echo Outdoor Power Equipment, by Skag Power Equipment, and by Hype Energy. Your tour begins right now. Hi, I'm Bill Holland at La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway, home of the traditional Oktoberfest racing weekend, where the American Speed Association Midwest Tour will crown its 2007 Series champion. But before we get to the racing action from La Crosse, let's take a look back at the inaugural season for the Midwest Tour.
Being a driver, this is, to be honest, this is the series I'd love to run. Steve called me in August of '06 for us to get together and talk about this. We sat down and just the concept of it was he was excited about it, I was excited about it, and it's turned out to be what the Midwest has needed.
Tim and I are two different people. Tim is the type of guy that deals strictly with the rules and knows how to deal with the drivers and so forth, and I am more on the management side as far as the promotions go and the marketing goes. So it was a perfect match for the two of us in order to make this successful.
This kind of replaces the Artco series we used to have, and it was a great series, and this reminds me a lot of it because we take the specs of the car from the local late models, and everybody locally can run them. So it's just a great show for the Midwest here.
It's just a lot of fun to see ASA bring all these cars together, and the amount of cars we have out here, it's pretty awesome.
ASA is pretty much how I got my opportunities to go down south and get into NASCAR. So, ASA, it's obviously been a catapult for a lot of good drivers that have made it to the big time. Rusty Wallace, Mark Martin, Alan Kowicki. I mean, the list goes on and on.
We've got guys with experience, guys with no experience trying to put it all together. Guys who are maybe 16, 18 years old, and guys who are in their 60s, and yet they all want the same thing. They all want trophies. They all want to win.
It was very important for us to bring back the Ron Hornadays and the Johnny Sauters and the Dick Trickles and the Kyle Bushes and all of these guys that raced back in ASA in years past.
Sponsors have been awesome. Quick Trip, Echo, Skag, Hype, all the contingency sponsors.
The demographics for stock car racing match up perfect for the company, profile that we have for our customers. And we've always been involved in sponsoring some divisions. So when Steve approached me, I looked at it and said, yeah, let's give it a try. And they've done a nice job.
The ASA has given us a new venue, something new and exciting to bring to our customers. We've got a sponsoring dealer at every event, and it's been phenomenal. It's broadened the breadth of exposure for our product line, and it's gotten the dealers' excitement up to a new level.
We actually had customers within the first couple days after the race. We actually sold, our sales rep that's here today, sold 3 machines right from people that came from that race. So that was the kickoff to the season, and we've got a couple tracks right now that are looking to buy our equipment to use at their tracks to cut their grass.
Obviously the culture is a perfect match. We're a very high energy team, as you can tell, and ASA obviously complements that. Another thing is, Hype is backed by very great people. Everybody I work with and everybody that I've met involved in ASA, I can vouch for them. They're awesome people.
This new ASA Midwest Series is about good racing, and it's about taking care of the race fans. They bring in some NASCAR drivers every now and then, and they do special autograph sessions, and just try to interact with the race fans and make it good for them.
We're set to drop the green flag and go ASA Midwest Tour racing. But hang on, it's a wild ride, and you're right there to catch all the action. Don't go away. The tour continues in a moment.
At Quick Trip, we're proud to serve top-tier gasoline in all grades. Top tier is better because it contains a higher level of cleaning detergent for a smoother running, more fuel-efficient engine. Welcome to higher standards. Welcome to Quick Trip.
The next time you're ready to do lawn work, have the next best thing to a professional lawn crew waiting for you. Reach for the tools they rely on. Echo Power Tools. For power, for durability, season after season, Echo Power Tools have been the leading choice of professionals for years. Every Echo uses revolutionary two-stroke engine technology, and every Echo carries the highest performance rating there is. So put an Echo in your garage. Available at leading lawn care equipment dealers nationwide.
Welcome back to the Tour. Minnesota driver Jonathan Eiland makes history in 2007, winning the very first Midwest Tour event at Elko Speedway in Elko, Minnesota. And Eiland will carry momentum from that win throughout the season, winning 2007 Midwest Tour Rookie of the Year honors.
The very first race and doing it in front of the home crowd, and just built the confidence all year long.
The next stop on the Tour is Wisconsin's action track, Jefferson Speedway. Former NASCAR driver Rich Bickles won short track races from Wisconsin to Florida and back again. For the second generation Edgerton ace, this is a homecoming.
Well, I guess when they say you always come home, I guess this is the true meaning of it, because this is the first track I ever raced at when I was 15, back in 1977.
We're ready to go green with Wisconsin driver Russ Blakely on the pole and Minnesota's Brian Roach on the outside. But Roach's 99 doesn't come up to speed, and look out. There are cars everywhere on the front stretch, with more than half the field involved in the crash. That's fast qualifier Dan Lensing's 18 car done for the night. It's a complete restart, but not a complete field taking the green flag. This time it's clean, and we're ready for 100 laps of hard short track racing. Brad Miller's back on track with the front end torn off of his 89. Rod Wheeler's 5 car has a lot of damage as well. Russ Blakely leads, but he'll give way to Nathan Hosley in the 87. Hosley's been one of the hottest drivers in Wisconsin the last couple of years, and he's getting it done in front of fans who followed his career since it began. It's a real battle for second through fifth. Russ Blakely runs second in the 22 with Rockford area driver Brian Johnson Jr. third in the 38. That's Jamie Iverson out of Escanaba, Michigan, fourth in the 97, and the 9 of Montello, Wisconsin's Kenny Richards fifth. They're nose to tail, lap after lap, not giving an inch. But Nathan Hosley has this field covered, and it's a popular win for a driver who started his career right here.
Yeah, I'm excited to win at Jefferson. I mean, I grew up racing here. This is pretty cool for me to win here. And just when you ever race against this kind of competition, no matter where it is or what kind of track, if you win the race, no matter how you win it, I mean, it's exciting.
West Salem, Wisconsin, Steve Carlson holds a number of Touring Series championships in his career. And while his home track is La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway, Carlson's also at home at Hawkeye Downs Speedway in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, winning the third event on the 07 Midwest Tour.
I have a lot of fans down there, and we even had sponsors down there and everything. And then the rules changed, so we just stopped going, but I always like to win in Iowa.
Our next tour stop is Dells Raceway Park, and this race is a homecoming for a number of central Wisconsin drivers who got their start here, like 1996 late model track champion Scott Wimmer.
It's pretty exciting for me. I get back home to run about 2 races a year and run back with my uncle's number, and everything that means and that represents is really special to myself and my family.
Former ASA National Tour champion Johnny Sauter will drive Nathan Hosley's backup car. With older brother Tim and nephew Travis entered, this race has the makings of a Sauter family reunion.
Never raced with any of them, actually. This will be the first time, so it's pretty exciting. You want to do the best you can, but you want to be the first finishing Sauter more than anything.
My dad raced here for a long time, and Jay and Tim have also raced here. Travis is running now. It's close to home. Obviously, we grew up about 40 minutes from here, so this is our home track.
Call this the calm before the storm. As the drivers come to the green flag, it's a big field and it's a fast field. The start is clean, and it's Walk-On Iowa's Kenny Reiser in the black 2 car out to the early lead. Lakeville, Minnesota's Dan Fredrickson is on the move, and he'll take the top spot away from Reiser. But on lap 30, trouble. Big trouble for the leader. Fredrickson, the 41 of Donnie Reavers, and the 87 of Jefferson winner Nathan Hosley are all involved. Fredrickson's 36 car is terminal. And Hosley is done for the night as well. Back under green, and it's Montello, Wisconsin's Kenny Richards in the 9 leading, with Johnny Sauter second in the 187. Both of these drivers call Dells Raceway Park their home track, and both have a lot of fans in the stands. traffic is nose to tail all the way around the racetrack. Whoever works through that traffic best is going to win the race. Johnny Sauter has the experience, but Kenny Richards will not give up the top spot. Coming to the finish, it's Kenny Richards taking the biggest win of his career.
Yeah, you know, this is a family deal. You know, this is all me and my family have ever done. Obviously, you see my brother on the dirt and stuff like that. My dad ran and I raced. You know, it's a thing. You know, it's a racing thing where we put 110% at it every week, and this is what it gets us.
Coming up next, fans in northern Michigan fill the house in support of the Midwest Tour, and drivers take it to the limit. More ASA Midwest Tour action when we return.
Lawn maintenance professionals around the world have relied on Skag mowers for more than 20 years. Now you too can have the same quality and reliability the professionals count on for your lawn. The new Skag Freedom Z can cut your mowing time in half and give your lawn that beautiful professional cut appearance. Skag mowers, proudly made in the USA.
Hey, look, a no-fee ATM.
What's an ATM?
Haven't a clue.
Hey, that's me.
By George!
There I am, me again.
It's uncanny, Andrew.
$20 shouldn't cost you $21.50.
Would it hurt you to smile?
That's why at Quick Trip, all our ATMs are no-fee ATMs.
Trade you two of mine for one of yours.
Deal.
To the Powdered Wig Store.
Welcome back to Full Access, highlighting the 2007 American Speed Association Midwest Tour. Norway Speedway is our next tour stop, and some locals say this is the biggest crowd they've ever seen for a race here. The local heroes are ready to rock.
Yeah, this has been a date I've been looking forward to for a long, long time, ever since they started talking about having a race here. So I was definitely looking forward. I'm glad that they elected to have a race here.
The grandstand is so full, fans are asked repeatedly to crowd closer together to make room for this big crowd. And they'll see some of the best in the Midwest go at it for 100 laps on the 3rd mile oval, that is Norway Speedway. We've already seen things can happen fast here, but it's a clean start. Everybody's in good shape. Steve Carlson won the ASA Midwest event at Hawkeye Downs and leads early in the 66 car. But here comes Jamie Iverson, one of Northern Michigan's own and a big winner here at Norway. Iverson makes his move and takes over the lead with a pass on the outside. The locals are loving this. Jamie's the son of Bob Iverson, 10-time track champion here. And Jamie's won multiple championships at Norway as well. But to win in front of the home crowd, Jamie Iverson has to hold off the charge of Dundas, Minnesota's Donnie Reavers in the 41. Reavers has fought through the field and he's coming on strong. But this is Jamie Iverson's night. He'll take the win and celebrate in front of fans who've cheered 2 generations of Iversons over the years.
It's just incredible. I mean, ASA is coming up to be the premier series in the area. And to win at that level, I can't beat it.
The next tour stop is La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway for a non-points race. And while this show won't count in the championship standings, it's big in another way. Quick Trip is a strong supporter of Special Olympics, and this is an opportunity for some Special Olympians to meet the stars from the ASA Midwest Tour.
The athletes are huge race car fans. They love racing. I've been involved with Special Olympics personally for 10 years, and I just know how much those athletes enjoy it.
Big guns at La Crosse include Truck Series frontrunner Ron Hornaday and former Busch champion Steve Grissom.
ASA is doing a great job. They've got some great racetracks that they're help supporting, and what they're doing with their late model divisions is pretty cool.
Short track racing now has been kind of tough, and to have somebody come in and take over the reins and bring ASA short track racing back, it's a real pleasure to see that and have the opportunity to come and participate.
The 100-lap feature is a strong run for 6-time Golden Sand Speedway champion Mark Eswine of Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin. Steve Holzhausen from nearby Bangor has a lot of laps here and is very stout. But he'll run second to Lakeville, Minnesota's Dan Fredrickson, who absolutely has the field covered. You will rarely see a more dominating performance on this big 5/8 mile oval.
The first 3 laps of practice I knew it was pretty good. I've raced here
probably a dozen times, and I know when it feels really good.
Sauk Centre, Minnesota is the home of I-94 Raceway, right off the interstate. Longtime short track fans will take notice of Josh Vadnais' number 36 car. It's a tribute to the late Joe Shear, who carried that number to greatness on the Midwestern short tracks.
All the feedback that we've heard has been great. You know, I've had fans come up and hug me and tell me that, you know, it's so great to see that car out there that it brought so many back so many memories, brought them to tears, things of that nature.
The Sauk Centre crowd is ready for 100 laps of action. This former dirt track is unique on the ASA Midwest Tour, a very challenging track to drive. Coming to the start, every driver wants to get to the front. It's a clean start and there's racing all over the track. The high side has the banking, but the inside groove is the short way around the racetrack. It's Escanaba, Michigan's Jamie Iverson out front in the 97. He won at his home track, and Iverson's come a long way to race here. Jamie Iverson leads early, but he'll give way to Lakeville, Minnesota's Dan Fredrickson. The 36 car was a rocket at La Crosse and looks mighty fast tonight also. This track is as hard as any on the tour on tires, and traffic comes into play as Fredrickson and New Germany, Minnesota's Jacob Gady in the 72 fight for the lead. It's a great race for the top spot lap after lap, and Gady makes the pass just before the caution flag flies. Back under green, and there is no catching Jacob Gady. He is first to the checkered flag with easily the biggest win of his young career.
You know, it's real cool, and especially to do it in Minnesota. I mean, I'm from Minnesota, just down south from the Twin Cities here, so I've raced at I-94 3 or 4 times, so that makes it real cool. I mean, I know a lot of people up here, so yeah, it was a big win for sure.
Coming up next, he may be the greatest short track driver ever. Dick Trickle hits the ASA Midwest Tour when we come back.
The next time you're ready to do lawn work, have the next best thing to a professional lawn crew waiting for you. Reach for the tools they rely on. Echo Power Tools. For power, for durability, season after season, Echo Power Tools have been the leading choice of professionals for years. Every Echo uses revolutionary 2-stroke engine technology, and every Echo carries the highest performance rating there is. So put an Echo in your garage. Available at leading lawn care equipment dealers nationwide.
Welcome back to the ASA Midwest Tour. Dan Fredrickson is on a roll, taking the win at Grundy County Speedway in Illinois.
We've had a great car all year, just hasn't been finishing races, so hopefully we get that out of the way now and keep on with our roll.
Our next stop is Madison International Speedway. Tonight, MIS welcomes Wisconsin racing great Dick Trickle, as well as rising Cup Series star Kyle Busch.
For me, it's been being able to get back to the local short tracks where drivers come from, like myself and like some upcomers, and you know, Dick Trickle, who still loves his short track racing, wanting to be here. And
I get to see a lot of my ASA folks and a lot of my short track folks, and this is about their 5th or 6th show, and I guess they've had a good showing of cars and people up in the stands, so you know, good for them. I'm real happy for them.
Madison International is a fast half-mile oval with a lot of tradition and history that'll see a new chapter added tonight. It's a clean start with pole sitter Brandon Hill taking the early lead in the 34 car. He's a young driver out of Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, out in front of a very fast field. Farther back, Dick Trickle in the 99 is wheel-to-wheel with the 119 of Travis Sauter. Trickle and Travis' grandfather, Jim Sauter, had many battles on the Midwestern short tracks a quarter-century ago. Kyle Busch is fast in the black 51, and he'll charge to a top 10 finish. Trouble on the front stretch. Brandon Hill spins, and the 77 of Norway, Michigan's Chris Kelly also goes around. There's fluid on the track from a blown engine. That's what brought out the caution, so Hill will not lose his position. Back under green, and Brandon Hill is closing in on the biggest win of his young career. But he's got Elko winner Jonathan Island right behind in the blue 77, and former Madison track champion Dave Filer third in the 96. You know Filer wants this one bad. But Brandon Hill is up to the challenge. It's a storybook finish for a young racer taking by far his biggest career win.
It's hard to put in words. It's the greatest thing I've ever felt so far in my entire life. I mean, this is what we work for every day in the shop, every day at the racetrack when we spend countless hours getting these things ready. When you come out of turn 4 and you know you're getting to that checkered flag first, it means that you've finally done it. And to win at a big series event like this is about as cool as it gets.
Next tour stop, Wisconsin International Raceway, just outside of Kaukauna.
This is just one of those traditional races that they have every year, and it's a big race for the asphalt late models up in the northern part of the country, and just glad to be here.
This feature will be the longest race on the ASA Midwest Tour this season. 150 laps broken into 2 segments. The first half of the race will belong to Dan Fredrickson. The Lakeville, Minnesota standout already has tour wins at Grundy County and at La Crosse. He'll set the pace for the first 75 laps and try to do the same in the second half. Back under green and business is about to pick up. Brian Johnson Jr. makes a nice save in the 38 car, and Travis Sutter goes around in the 119. It's Fredrickson leading, but here comes Kyle Busch in that very fast 51 car. And Busch makes his move. He'll take the lead from Fredrickson, and we'll see what the field has for the 51. It won't be enough. Kyle Busch is off, and no one is catching him tonight. This talented young driver takes the tour win at one of the Midwest's historic racetracks, and he'll light up the tires with a big-time burnout on the front stretch.
The biggest thing is just being able to go out there and have a good time and put on a show for the fans and put on a show for these guys that spend all their time and effort working on this thing, of course, at the shop, and then, to come out here and win for them, that's extra special.
Up next, the battle for the inaugural ASA Midwest Tour Championship. You'll see it decided when we come back.
Lawn maintenance professionals around the world have relied on Skag mowers for more than 20 years. Now you too can have the same quality and reliability the professionals count on for your lawn. The new Skag Freedom Z can cut your mowing time in half and give your lawn that beautiful professional cut appearance. Skag mowers, proudly made in the USA.
Welcome back to the 2007 ASA Midwest Tour. The next to last stop is Raceway Park in Shakopee, Minnesota. 3 drivers are locked in a fight for the inaugural series championship.
We'll just go out there and do the best we can do and just let the chips fall where they're going to fall. We can only race the way we race, and the other guys are going to race hard, and we'll see what happens.
You always are thinking about the points in the back of your head, and but of course you want to run good, and you want to try and bring home a trophy, so we'll see.
Obviously, if you can be there at the end and get the white and checkered flag, that's the biggest thing as far as being on top or near the top of a point championship.
Raceway Park is a tight quarter-mile oval that will see a different style of racing than the big half miles. Fenders get bent and feelings get bruised on short tracks. Early on, it's Travis Sauter, the 3rd-generation Wisconsin driver, leading with Minnesota racer Jonathan Eiland running second. Remember, Eiland won the ASA Midwest Tour season opener at Elko, Minnesota. Dan Fredrickson in the 36 and Donnie Reavers in the 41 work their way through traffic. And the orange cars of Farmington, Minnesota's Adam Royal and Hawkeye Downs winner Steve Carlson also move up. And trouble for championship contender Donnie Reavers. He's out of the race and sure to take a big hit in the point standings. Fredrickson makes his way past Norway winner Jamie Iverson. And trouble up front. Travis Sauter goes around, and the 77 of Eiland will go to the back of the pack. Back under green, and it's Adam Royal only a few laps away from a huge win. But Dan Fredrickson is right there. Fredrickson makes his move on the inside with 2 laps to go, and he will hold on for his 2nd ASA Midwest Tour win in the last 3 tour events.
I knew Adam was going to want to win pretty bad, and we had a little better car than he did, and I knew it'd be tough, and tried him on the outside a little bit, and I rough played with him a little bit, and he played rough with me a little, on the other side of it.
The final stop is La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway, where the 100-lap ASA Midwest Tour feature highlights the 38th annual Oktoberfest racing weekend.
I'm just excited that this Oktoberfest race here at La Crosse has become such a big issue. I mean, this is happening, man.
We'll go green with Jeremy Lepak on the pole in the 40 car, fresh off his 2nd straight win at the National Short Track Championships. But Dan Fredrickson is the hottest driver on the tour, and he's going to put that 36 car up front. Fredrickson leads, but keep an eye on Steve Carlson in the 66 car. The multi-time series champion has countless laps on his home track and wants this one badly. Dick Trickle was not fast at the start, but the 99 is on the move. Trickle started 20th and will fight his way up to 7th. There's trouble coming out of turn 4. Several cars are involved, and point leader Nathan Hosley gets on the brakes just in time. Hosley avoids the trouble that bit Donnie Reavers at Shakopee. Back under green, and talk about finishing strong. Dan Fredrickson will hold off Carlson and win back-to-back features on the ASA Midwest Tour.
My dad and my uncle taught me way back when they raced. You know, obviously everything in racing's changed since then, but the mentality of a winner is the same, and kind of just growing up enough myself to where I can realize how to be.
The championship goes to Nathan Hosley, a feature winner at Jefferson and rock solid all season long.
Real happy to win this thing. A lot of great guys, and pretty cool to win and be the first one. Everybody who does anything, you know, from loading the coolers to setting it up or whatever, it's a big part. Got a lot of people who help out because we do a lot of racing. I'm real proud of everybody.
The ASA Midwest Tour is proud of the racing tradition it's inheriting and honors one of the greats in short track racing by naming the series Sportsmanship Award after the late Larry Deachens.
To us, that's an honor to have it. The ASA series is a great upcoming series for the Midwest racers that my dad was a part of, and we'd like that to carry on.
We hope you've enjoyed our look back at the exciting 2007 season on the ASA Midwest Tour. Congratulations to series champion Nathan Hosley and to everyone involved in making the inaugural season a success. I'm Bill Holland. We'll see you next time on the ASA Midwest Tour. Full access, your tour pass to the 2007 ASA Quick Trip Midwest Tour presented by Echo is brought to you by Quick Trip Stores, by Echo Outdoor Power Equipment, by Skag Power Equipment, and by Hype Energy Drink.